What's up, Grayson Report? How's everyone doing? I'm on my phone again, so sorry, like I don't know where the buttons are. So what is up? Because my laptop is still dead on arrival. Unfortunately. Tammy, what is up? D Nice, Julissa, Wendy Marino, Denny Rose, Gunner Girl. Matthew, how's it going? Dusty, how's everyone doing? We'll wait a few minutes for people to trickle in. Did any of you guys see anything interesting? Or watched anything interesting? I am feeling okay. Not too bad. I went to work yesterday. Yeah, I did went to work yesterday. I was thinking I shouldn't have gone, but I did. But I'm doing good. Diddy, what's up? So while we're waiting for people to trickle in, they did release the poster. Hold on. I got to do everything on my tablet here. They did release. I kind of want to keep that private, Gunner Girl. Nerd Report in the house. It was a minor procedure. That's about as much as I'll say. But I don't want to like tell it to the world. So I'm going to keep that private. They did release the poster, and believe it or not, they are coming out with another I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. Another one. Another remake. Like I said, this is the times where creativity has gone down the drain, and it's the world of remakes. I don't think I need another I Know What You Did Last Summer. I liked I Know What You Did Last Summer. I haven't seen that movie in so long, but it's nostalgic, I think, because it was one of, I was kind of a teenager when it came out. It was right out of high school for me when it came out. So it's kind of like, it's kind of nostalgic for me. So I don't think they need to make another one, but they did. Allie Parkinson, I want to give you a shout out. Thank you for your PayPal yesterday. Nerd Report goes, please disclose your medical records. I want to give me a second. I want Emily Parkinson. Thank you for your PayPal yesterday. I appreciate it. Hearts for Emily. She donated a nice, generous amount toward the medical laptop fund. I appreciate it, Emily. Also, Heather, whatever, too. I haven't seen you in the chat, but Heather, whatever, if you're listening on the replay or you come in later, thank you also for your PayPal yesterday. So Nerd Report wants me to say what I had done? No. Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, no, I'm not. But I guess the original, I Know What You Did, Nerd Report going up being sarcastic. The original, I Know What You Did Last Summer came out into 1997. It had Freddie Prinze Jr. I remember that much. Jennifer Love Hewitt, I think it was in it as well. But here is what the poster looks like. It basically looks like the similar, same killer, same movie, different actors probably, maybe cameos from the original. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool to see some cameos, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not super excited about this film because I've seen it already. Like, what? The purpose of a remake, I guess, is to bring it to this generation, but still, if you have parents that listen to or that are huge horror movie fans, they're definitely going to show their kids horror movies. they're gonna know about I Know What You Did Last Summer. But Denny Rose is asking where my PayPal is. Hold on. If someone can drop my PayPal in the chat, because I can't do it from here. Unfortunately. It is Denny Rose, if you look at the it's in the about section. I don't know what it's called on YouTube. There should be a spot where it shows all my links. But I don't know if they're going to make any changes to that movie, but I have a feeling it's going to be kind of the same thing. So like I said, I'm not too excited about this film. If someone could put my PayPal in the chat, let me see if I could do it from here. Oh, thank you, Nerd Report put it. Thank you, Nerd Report. Emily Parkinson, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Hearts for Emily Parkinson. I was able to see the substance before we get into the nitty gritty. I finally got to catch the substance. It is on an app called Mubi, M-U-B-I. I did get a free trial. It's basically a platform for indie movies. So if you guys are wanting to see The Substance, which is that Demi Moore movie, it did win an Academy Award for the makeup effects. I think Demi Moore was up for Oscar, I believe, for her role in The Substance. If you guys aren't familiar with that film, it basically takes place in Hollywood. I want to say like Hollywood, where image is everything, youth is everything. So you start off with Demi Moore's character, who's like an aging star. She's been doing like the same thing, like, I want to say, you know how in the 80s they had those old workout video type of things? That's kind of what she was doing, and she's still doing it. And she overhears, Dennis Quaid is also in it, and she overhears Dennis Quaid basically saying something about her looks. Like how she's still here. We need someone young, which I get it, because that's how Hollywood is. They're looking for someone young, beautiful, perfect, unfortunately. And she comes across, I don't want to give it all away, but she comes across something called The Substance. And she decides to take it, and it basically splits her in half. And this beautiful version of herself comes in and comes out, and she's like this perfect, beautiful person. I actually liked it. I didn't think it was Academy Award worthy. The makeup was awesome. Demi Moore looked amazing in it for 62. She does show, there is nudity in this film, so do not watch it with your kids. She does show nudity, yeah. The camera angles, I did have a little thing about the camera angles, but I kind of got it. It was like up in your face with this movie. Like the director, she had like the camera, like you could see everyone's nose hairs. It wasn't scary, but I give it that it was something different, and that's kind of what I'm looking for when it comes to they consider this more of a body horror type film than horror, and but I liked it because it was different. It was something different. Demi Moore did an amazing job. And like I said, at 62, she looks amazing. The makeup effects are amazing. The camera angles, but I kind of get why they did it. It was like up in your face. You could see their nose hairs. close-ups of certain body parts. Like, yeah. That I felt like was I kind of got why they were doing that, but it kind of was like, was a guy directing this? Like, that's kind of how I felt, but I think it's a female director. But if you guys haven't checked it out, download the Mubi app. You can get a free trial to it and check out The Substance. I didn't find it scary. It wasn't scary at all. Maybe some people will find it gross, but I'm not grossed out. I think more so because of the camera angles and someone was eating, that was more gross to me because they had it like all close up to me more than, the other stuff. It's probably not the greatest movie. Like, I didn't feel like it was Oscar worthy, but I did enjoy it. Jennifer Marie, what's up? Nerd Report goes, you don't stop talking about it. I don't. Nerd Report goes, 100% you love this movie. Logical Spark, we're talking about The Substance, starring Demi Moore. Cheryl King, how's it going? Dusty goes, Demi was very disappointed she didn't win. She did a good job, don't get me wrong. Because they always want to say that horror doesn't win Oscar. They'll get nominated, but they won't win an Oscar. And I was like, well, Parasite did, and it wasn't that great. It was like Parasite won. So I decided to watch it. As a Korean, horror film. If you guys haven't seen that one, I watched it. I love Asian horror. Watched it, I was like, this won an award. I felt like it was overhyped. I've seen better Korean horror films than that one. So like that's why I kind of go into the hype because I'm like wondering why is there a hype with this movie? But with The Substance, I do give it props. It is something different. If you're looking for something different to watch, you like body horror, I guess. Demi Moore did a great job. I would check it out. Like I said, it is on the Mubi app, MUBI. You can get a free subscription. In fact, I got a 30-day free subscription to it. I don't know if they still have it, but you can watch it for free and then just cancel at the end. That's kind of what I do. Nerd Report has dropped my PayPal link for anyone asking. And unfortunately, I can't check if I got anything because I'm on my phone. Matthew goes, was it all flash and no substance? No, I mean, it was different. It's different. Like, I enjoyed it. Maybe not like I said, not Oscar worthy, but I did enjoy it. I did, like it had my attention. Like I was like, what is going on? Like I kept wanting to watch. Dusty, that's super awesome. Where I'm moving to, I will have free Wi-Fi, so I'll be able to use my computer again. Awesome, Dusty. Julissa goes, I haven't watched Substance, but a lot of people love it. No, check it out. Check it out. Like I'm gonna say, like, I enjoyed it. It's different. Something different. Something where you can kind of go, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Camera angles was a little to be desired, but I see why they did it. Makeup was amazing. Demi Moore looked great in it. Demi Moore looks great anyways, and for 62, come on. I wish I looked as good as she does at 62. It was good. I liked it. I did. So definitely check it out when you get a chance. Also, I guess the Crystal Lake series which is supposed to be like a Friday the 13th TV series. It looks like it's a go. I've kind of lost hope in it because, like, we had Friday the 13th the game, but unfortunately it doesn't exist anymore because disagreements. And so they couldn't keep the game going. It was a great game. I think it ended October, December, somewhere around there. It finally ended. So that game is no more. But I keep seeing they cast Pamela Voorhees in Crystal Lake. I don't know if I'm excited about this because I felt like they've been talking about it forever. And I feel like, you know, I've lost interest in it because they've been talking about it forever. Emily Parkinson goes, if we had that kind of money, we'd all look great at that age. True. True. Very true. You can still see her age. You can still see, like, yeah, she's definitely there are some signs where you could tell, like, okay, yeah, she does have those signs. At least to me, she looks like she's in her 40s or 50s. She doesn't look 62. But I get what you're saying, Emily. So true. So Linda Cardellini officially to star as Pamela Voorhees in Crystal Lake series from A24. A24, actually, they've been putting out some pretty cool movies. They kind of put out they put out some cool horror movies. Like it's different. I think they put out Hereditary, and I didn't like Hereditary, but there's others that they put out that I liked. After early reports that Peacock's Friday the 13th prequel series Crystal Lake from A24 may have found its Mrs. Voorhees last month, it's now official. Linda Cardellini, The Curse of La Llorona, Scooby-Doo, has officially signed on to star, Deadline reports. The series version of Pamela Voorhees is believed to be a mother who had given up a singing career to raise a special needs child and takes a dark turn when she loses her son. Betsy Palmer played Mrs. Voorhees in the original film. No one can replace her. She was amazing. Revealed to be the killer behind the camp counselor slayings in retaliation for the drowning of her son Jason. Brad, Caleb, Kane, and you know, basically like the main thing, it's teenagers making out. It's usually that in like a lot of the slasher films. No different in Friday the 13th. Betsy Palmer, Brad, Caleb Kane, who's in Welcome to Derry, is a showrunner who does Welcome to Derry, is a showrunner for Crystal Lake. In addition to Kane, executive producer on the series includes A24 Victor Miller, who wrote the screenplay for the franchise's original 1980 film. Miller's copyright attorney Mark Toberhoth, Robert M. Barsamine, and Robert B. Barsamine. The project will mark A24's first major IP-driven project amid a recent effort to expand in a movie commercial direction. So that is who they cast as, if you could see, as Pamela Voorhees in the Crystal Lake series. I'm not sure when that's going to be coming out because, like I said, they've been talking about it like forever, so I kind of lost interest in it. It kind of felt like it wasn't going to come out, so like, why get excited about something? But I don't think they have a release date or anything on it. So we shall see. Diddy Rose goes, Betsy Palmer was scary. She did an amazing job. Like, no one can replace her. Nobody. And then this week, as we all know, there is a Final Destination movie coming out. I believe it's the 7th installment of the Final Destination movie series. And we all know we did lose Tony Todd late last year. And he does make an appearance in this film. I believe this is his final on-screen appearance. The late horror legend Tony Todd will be making his final big screen appearance in Final Destination Bloodlines, playing a reoccurring franchise character, William Bloodworth, for the final time. The first images of Tony Todd's bittersweet return was shared by Blavity today. They also, I believe, released the trailer yesterday for Final Destination Bloodlines. I have not seen it yet. I haven't had a chance. I will definitely check it out when I do. Tony Todd played the enigmatic mortician William Bloodworth in Final Destination 2, and Final Destination 5. Check out your first look at his return above, and I will show you in a minute. It was recently rumored that Bloodlines would be diving into Bloodworth's backstory, including a flashback to his childhood, but we'll have to wait a couple of months to find out. A legend in the world of horror and beyond, Tony Todd passed away at the age of 69 in November of last year. To me, that is super young. That's still young. The prolific actor amassed more than 240 films and TV credits spanning his 4-decade career, with notable credits including Platoon, Candyman, The Rock, Night of the Living Dead, Wishmaster, The Crow, Hatchet, and the list goes on and on. Final Destination Bloodlines will bring the franchise back to theaters on May 16th, 2025. So this is the first look at Tony Todd. I don't know if you guys could see it in Final Destination Bloodline. I don't know what he passed from. I was trying to see what he did pass, if it disclosed what he passed away from, but it doesn't. It just shows an article where his wife says he's been battling a long illness, but if you look at him, he looks super thin. You could tell that he was definitely battling an illness. But I mean, we did lose a horror icon that they did not even mention at the Oscars, might I add, when they were doing their kind of remembrance thing that they do with the actors that pass away. Nerd Report goes, Bambi destroyed Lisa's PC. Matthew goes, I watched the old Friday the 13th TV. Oh my god, I loved that. I did too. It was one of my favorite series. Oh, I love that show. I used to watch it all the time. But he does look a bit frail. But it's bittersweet, but we do get to see him one last time. I did like the Final Destination movies, though I feel like with the Final Destination movie, you kind of already know what to expect. It's basically death coming after you kind of thing. Like, I don't think it's going to have the same effect as the first one. But I am looking forward to this, and also looking forward to seeing Tony Todd's final give me a second. No, it was not a ghost nerd report. It's because I'm not using my mic, so everything, I'm pretty sure you could hear everything in the background. And I had to say something. So I do apologize. But are you guys looking forward to Final Destination? Or are you a fan of Final Destination? Or do you care? Nerd goes, no, we can't. Okay, I don't know if you can, because I'm using my phone, and I feel like things are bleeding through. All right, if you can't, then I don't worry about it. Denny Rose says yes. D Nice goes, I kind of got bored of Final Destination. Like I said, I don't think you're going to get the same effect as with the first one. Because I feel like as you go on, it's kind of the same thing from one movie to the next. So, I mean, the first one obviously had your attention, like, whoa, what the hell is this? But then along the way, you're like, you kind of already know, you knew what to expect. And you kind of already saw, like, I think I watched more for the deaths than the plot line as it came on, because the death scenes were like crazy. Julissa goes, I will watch it when it streams for free. I probably will too, because I feel like when you see one, you pretty much know what happens in all of them. Cheryl goes, I'm not really bothered. I got bored with it. But like I said, I kind of more watched it for the deaths. How demented that sounds, but that's kind of how I watched. I mean, that was what I was looking for. I was like to see how the death scenes would come across, because that was the only really thing that I felt was different was the death scenes. But the storyline and everything you kind of already expect, so it kind of gives that, it kind of loses its appeal after that. But and probably with what Julissa says, I'll watch it when it streams free. I tend to do that kind of anyways with horror, because a lot of times in the trailers they do give away a lot of the movie. Not saying that all the trailers do that, but a lot of times they do. And then when you go watch the movie, you're like, I've seen this already. We do. I think horror movies that are coming out, I think The Lady in the Yard is out, or The Woman in the Yard, Lady in the Yard. The Woman in the Yard is out now in theaters. If you're looking for something to watch in theaters that's horror, it is Blumhouse. Saw the trailer. I mean, Blumhouse is a hit or miss when it comes to their movies. There's a movie coming out called Sinners, because it just reminded me it's coming out in April. Horror movie that's coming out. Screamboat, which is that Steamboat Willie horror film, is coming out. I think Popeye the Slayer Man came out last week. That I'm gonna wait for streaming. I am looking. I know how cheesy it sounds, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to it because it's something different. Denny goes, we see trucks a lot here with transporting wood beams. I will not follow those since seeing Final Destination. I don't have those here, but whenever I see a truck, like a utility truck with pipes on it, or anything that looks like it's gonna fall, it reminds me of Final Destination. I have to change lanes. Emily goes, I will not drive behind any semi with a flatbed trailer. Did he go stream night party? Julissa goes, semi trucks scare me too. Sometimes they do with me, depends on how they're driving. Oh, Denny, thank you for your PayPal. Hearts for Denny Rose. I appreciate it. So there has been a lot of news popping up with Aaron Goodwin. As we know, Aaron Goodwin is one of the hosts of Ghost Adventures. I don't know him personally, but what I've seen of him, he's like a big nerd. If you ever looked at his Instagram, you would see he takes pictures and he likes cats. He owns a cat. You take pictures and you would see Pokemon cards in the picture. Unfortunately, his wife, Victoria Goodwin, allegedly plotted to have him, unalived, unfortunately. I think everyone was blindsided. I think I woke up and I saw that and I was like, what? Because, I mean, if you follow him on Instagram, he's always posting about, like with his wife, or not always, but he's posting with his wife, or, oh, I did mini golf with my wife. And you're like, what? He did file for divorce. He also broke his silence. He did post on his Instagram the other day with a happy face emoji saying thank you for your support. He also sued Ghost Adventure star Aaron Goodwin sues estranged wife for assault, false imprisonment, negligence after she allegedly plotted to murder him. Ghost Adventure star Aaron Goodwin has attended a divorce filing against his estranged wife, Victoria Goodwin, who was recently arrested for allegedly plotting to murder him. So allegedly, she saw this dude on like a true crime doc, and she started communicating with him and she fell in love with him, allegedly. I don't know. I mean, I guess there's lonely women out there, and when they start talking to men, but I feel like, I mean, I don't know them. I don't know what was inside the marriage, but I feel like, I mean, you were with him for a while. You also knew that he was on Ghost Adventures. I know, like, some of these TV shows, they do film long hours. I don't think Ghost Adventures is any different. They may be gone on location for a while. Maybe she was left home alone, but I feel like he could have brought her with her, but maybe she didn't want to go. I don't know. I don't know what the real reason is, but I feel like she knew kind of what his lifestyle was before even marrying him. So I feel like if that was the point before, like, shouldn't she had already kind of expected it going into the marriage? You know what I mean? But like I said, I don't know. This is just like my opinion. I really don't know them. So I don't know like exactly what went wrong. I'm just kind of thinking like, this is my thought on it. Did he? You know what? Exactly. It's not an excuse. So according to Clark County, Nevada court records viewed by Fox News Digital, the 48-year-old reality TV personality filed the amended divorce complaint Wednesday. Fox News Digital has reached out to an attorney for Goodwin. Goodwin is suing Victoria for assault, false imprisonment, and negligence, along with other claims, according to the report by U.S. Weekly, which obtained the amend filing. Goodwin is seeking more than $10,000 in punitive and damages, alleging his estranged wife was negligent in her marital actions. Victoria's conduct, oh my God, I can't read. Conduct was extreme or outrageous with either the intention of or reckless disregard for causing emotional distress to Goodwin. The court documents state, according to U.S. Weekly, he suffered severe or extreme emotional distress as the actual or proximate result of her conduct. Goodwin also accused Victoria of assault and false imprisonment. Those specific details were not provided, according to the outlet. However, the document claims Victoria made Goodwin feel apprehensive of harmful or offensive behavior and alleged she aimed to confine him within boundaries established by her. Whoa. Victoria's act directly resulted in such a confinement. The document alleged Goodwin was conscious to confinement or was harmed by it. The amended filing included a request that the court grant Goodwin petition for divorce since Victoria allegedly committed a concert of action, which the document specifies as acting with another to commit a tort while acting in concert or pursuit to a common design. Goodwin filed for divorce on March 15th, then a week after Victoria, who married the paranormal investigator in 2022, was arrested. They were, I mean, when it would have almost been 3 years that they were married, they were only married for what, 2.5 years? Was arrested March 6th on charges of soliciting to commit murder and conspiracy to commit murder. According to an arrest report from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department obtained by Fox News Digital, Victoria found Grant Amato, a prison inmate who allegedly agreed to arrange the murder through a true crime doc that aired in April of 2024. Amato, with whom Victoria allegedly fell in love, is a convicted murderer who massacred his entire family over 5 years ago. I guess those women like bad boys, right? The document, they're like, well, I don't care what he did. The document, I don't know. Trust me, I don't. The documentary Click or Control Alt Desire detailed Amato's unhealthy obsession with an on-cam model, his theft of $200,000 from his family, and the brutal murders of his mother, father, and brother. 1 month after the documentary aired, Victoria sparked a pen pal relationship with Amato, a former nurse who was being held in a Florida prison. According to arrest report, Victoria told Amato she and Aaron were having problems in their marriage. She further described being lonely and being connecting with Amato, the report states. The pair communicated mostly through text messages, according to the report. Am I a bad person because I chose to end his existence, not divorce? Victoria allegedly asked Amato via text message. Through the Find My application, Victoria was able to tell Amato of Aaron's exact location. Amato relayed this information to a third party who would take care of the situation. I mean, obviously, we now know that he is alive and well and that this did not go through. Thank goodness for him. At the time, Aaron was on location filming his hit TV show. I believe he was here in California. He's asleep right now in the hotel room, Amato alleged, wrote to the unnamed individual, I need to know what's going on. Can I get an update? Was it done? The alleged murder for hire plot was uncovered after Florida correction officers confiscated Amato's phone. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police were notified and moved forward with Victoria's arrest. When arrested, Victoria denied plotting to have her husband killed and wanting him dead. Of course she's going to. I did not do that. She described herself as sometimes daydreaming of being in a different situation, but she no longer felt that way, the report states. She also states she did not remember sending those particular messages. Victoria expressed her feelings of wanting to be without Aaron and with Amato, which she described as a fantasy and daydream. She also appeared in court as well. I think it was Victoria. It was on Tuesday. Victoria, 32, appeared in court on Tuesday, March 25th, wearing a prison jumpsuit with her hands cuffed to a chain around her waist. According to the local NBC outlet, Victoria's attorney, David Brown, told the judge that they would waive Victoria's preliminary cannot speak today or read hearing. A separate appearance is now scheduled for April 8th. On March 6th, which we already know, who had been married to Aaron for nearly 3 years, was arrested on charges of soliciting to commit murder and conspiracy to commit murder per inmate records in Clark County, Nevada. The report claims that Victoria set aside $11,515 to pay Amato in October 2024, and they had communicated about a $2,500 upfront payment. He also put in, I know that I did talk about him suing, but when he filed For divorce, Aaron sought to maintain a separate property and have their community assets divided equally. However, he did want to have the cost of the community assets reimbursed. He also sought to have his single status restored, along with requesting that alimony not be rewarded to either him or Victoria. I don't think she deserves any of his money, to be honest with you. But pretty much I guess she does have a court date. Let me see. Okay. That is Victoria Goodwin. That's what she looked like when she appeared in court. I do feel for Aaron. I mean, that sucks for anybody to find out that someone that you married decided to do something like that to you. I don't blame him. I commend him for getting a divorce right away, not thinking, not giving her a chance. I wouldn't give her a chance. Like, honestly, I wouldn't. If someone did that to me, I'd be like, no, I would just want to end it. I wouldn't want to even like let it drag. I wouldn't even want to remember it, because that's something that's got to be painful. Jennifer Murray goes, this is terrifying. Like, just get a divorce. Exactly. Like, why not just get a divorce? Like normal people do. What? Like, what? You afraid you're gonna hurt his feelings? You know what I mean? Like, regardless, I don't know what someone was thinking. Like, even if you fell in love with someone, get a divorce. Like, why are you gonna go to that extreme? Cheryl goes, at least divorce doesn't end up in jail. Exactly. Julissa goes, men beware of her. I'm pretty sure no one's gonna want to be around her. They'll know of her. Like, yeah, like I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know if she was fantasizing about stuff. I don't know. There is an age gap between them. She's 32, he's going to be 49 on April 1st. I believe his birthday's on April 1st. Next week. So there is an age gap between them two, but I just feel like, and like I said earlier, I don't know if this is the reason, just my opinion, but I feel like, yeah, him being on Ghost Adventures, he's probably, filming. I know TV, when they film for TV, like a TV series, it's like 14-hour days. I don't think it's any different for Ghost Adventures. I'm not sure. But obviously, and then they do go to locations. He's in LA a lot. I know they film a lot out here. They kind of stay within driving distance because Zach Bagans doesn't like to fly. I don't blame him. I don't either. I heard that he doesn't fly because there's so many different things. I did read a little of his book. He did say he gets severe anxiety when he flies. I've heard other things too, like I don't know exactly what it is. I've heard like he's had a dream where he died in a plane crash. I don't know how true that is, or his mom tells him not to. I don't know how true that is, but I do know, like, from his book, he does say that he gets severe anxiety for flying, which I get it. I do have anxiety too. I don't like flying myself. So I noticed that Ghost Adventures kind of stays within like California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico. They've gone to Utah. Like, they kind of stay in, they've been to Wyoming. They kind of just stay in like driving distance of places. But even that, like, I'm pretty sure Aaron is gone for, a long time. So yeah, maybe she got lonely, but the fact is, if you were dating him while he was still working on Ghost Adventures, you already knew that it was expected that you might be by yourself for some point of time. I feel like that's a given. Like, you kind of accept, like, that's my husband's, or my future husband's, job, and this is what it's going to be. and I'm not going to tell him to stop his job because I don't like it type of thing. I mean, so I just feel like if you feel lonely, like, or you're not happy, like what other people said, just get a divorce. Like, why did you go to this thing, like, to where you wanted to unalive him? And that kind of makes me think you wanted all his money. Like, that makes it even worse. Yeah, Emily Perkins is exactly like, she married for money, not for him. You know what I mean? She married because the guy had money. He has a nice house. She doesn't have to work. He probably bought her a car or whatnot. You know what I mean? Or Julissa goes, maybe she's just a psychopath. That too. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what I do know that Zach has taken his mom with him because there are pictures where his mom is on location with them. So that's what I was thinking too. Cheryl's asking, could she have gone with him on these investigations? She probably could. She could have stayed at the hotel while he was filming. She probably could. I'm guessing. Like, I know the Ghost Adventure, crew is like really close. So my thing is, I would think she would be allowed to like hang around or like stay at the hotel or whatnot. You know what I mean? And then when he gets back, she can spend time with him. You know what? I don't know though. I don't know. It's just my opinion. Yeah, exactly, Cheryl. But in the background, I don't know if they could do that, but I'm guessing they could. But then she probably was like, no, I don't want to. I'll stay home, type of thing. But I don't know. Like, I really don't know. But I'm thinking, there's solutions to the situation that I feel like she didn't have to go that way extreme. Jennifer Marie goes, but that would have to interfere with her busy schedule of cheating and spending his money. Yes, because technically she was, if you think of that. She was on the phone texting this dude, this Grant Amato, who murdered his family, who's in prison. I get it, some women like bad boys, but I don't know what he promised her, what was fantasized or what, but no, not for me. Maybe it was exciting to her. I don't know. I really don't know. But like I said, the way that it pans out, it makes me think, like, the fact that she decided to go that extreme, it makes me think that she just wanted his money. That's all she wanted. She didn't care about Aaron. So it's like that. It sucks. Like I said, I don't know Aaron, but I do feel for anyone going through that because that just sucks. It really does. Denny, true, Denny. You could be with a bad boy without choosing a killer. Very true. But I feel for it because he seems like a pretty nice guy. Karen from the Karen show said that she knows someone that knows him and said he was a nice guy. So, I mean, he seems like a pretty nice guy. He seems like a big nerd, a jokester. And I don't think I don't care who you are. I don't think anybody deserves that, period. It just sucks. I mean, like, you take your vows. I know a lot of people, when they get married, they do take their vows very seriously. And I'm, like, they do mean, like, till death do us part. I know some people don't, but it just sucks. It really does. But I'm sure we'll hear more. There'll be more updates about what's going on. I mean, obviously, she's going to deny it. Because, I mean, if you look at her, she looks innocent. She doesn't look like she ever did anything like this before. Like, this is probably like the first thing she's ever done, I feel like. I don't know. It's just my opinion. I just feel like it's something, she probably thought she would get away with it type of thing. But I guess thank goodness for them, for the Florida prison guards. I think Grant Amato's imprisoned in Florida. Thank goodness they found the phone, and Aaron's still with us today. Jennifer Maria goes, she took her inheritance very seriously. There are a lot of cases that one spouse takes the till death do us part. She's get a divorce. Diddy Rose. Yeah, there are. They literally, yes. I watch a lot of true crime docs, and yeah, there are a crazy, yeah. Like I married a killer. What would there's one series. I don't remember if it's on Max or Netflix where they talk about a family member or like your significant other ends up being like a killer or ends up being something different. Yeah, like you would never suspect it, but good girl goes, sometimes it's the people that don't look like they're capable of doing things like true. D Nice goes, they want that insurance, unfortunately. Danny, I don't think I don't think I've ever seen Dirty Joan on Netflix. They just basically want money. And it's sad. It's like she was already taken care of. I felt like she was already taken care of. She didn't have to work. She could probably pursue her hobbies. I mean, like, a lot of people would love to have that lifestyle. You know what I mean? And would not take that for granted like she did. D Nice goes, Rihanna, B better have my money. Pay me what you owe me. Dusty goes, people can have dark sides that they don't reveal until they do. Very true. Very true. You can't judge a book by its cover. You can't judge a movie by its trailer. You know what I mean? Very true. Very true. You don't think people. Yeah, very true. Emily, yes, there is. Oh my God, there's so many true crime shows. I can't keep track which is on what streaming. I know I can't either. I'm like, was it on Netflix? Was it on Max? Like, oh my gosh, there's always one popping up every week. I think the last one I watched was about what's his face? I can't think of his name. The Helter Skelter Manson, Charles Manson. The last one I watched was on Charles Manson. And yeah, it's crazy. Jennifer Marie goes, perhaps there are still people out there that need to hear this, but professional hitmen aren't readily available for hire. The movies lied to you. Exactly. Very true. I mean, I don't know if she was living in a fantasy when she was talking to him or what. What he said to her to make the sparks fly, I do not know. I really don't know. That I cannot fathom that. That is just weird. To each his own, I guess. Emily Perkins and same here. I love true crime docs. I watch them all the time. I haven't found there hasn't been one in a while that I mean there's a few, but I just haven't had a chance to watch them. There was also this mysterious blue spiral spotted across Europe, caused by a SpaceX rocket. But I think a lot of people probably thought it was something like from another planet. Unfortunately, it wasn't. A SpaceX rocket launch from Florida on Monday afternoon produced a dazzling display in the night sky above Europe, leading to some people asking a certain person what they were witnessing. The rocket launched from Florida's Cape Canaveral Space Force Station during the afternoon hours, but it was already dark across Europe when it lifted off. As it zoomed across the sky to reach space, it produced a mesmerizing blue spiral that left many Europeans scratching their heads. The video at the top of the story was recorded in Jaws, central France. I think it's Jaws, and provides a glimpse of what several people witnessed as the rocket tried to escape Earth's atmosphere. People in England also witnessed the unusual display with photos shared from Lincoln showing the massive blue and white colors illuminating part of the night sky. Photographer Joanne Werrell said it was amazing to watch as it went over. Another person from the UK took to X if the hypnotic display was from a SpaceX rocket. So what everyone was talking about was this. We did not get to see that, unfortunately, but that looks pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably thought it was something of the extraterrestrial kind, but but unfortunately it wasn't. But that looks super cool. It does. That's super cool to see. The video Jamie Hume shared showed a faint white ring surrounded by a brighter white light, presumably the rocket, as it zoomed away from Earth. According to the UK Met Office, the rare display was likely caused by the rocket's frozen exhaust plume, which appeared to be spinning in the atmosphere and reflecting the light, thus creating the jaw-dropping spiral effect. But yeah, that is super cool. Let me see if I can get it. There you go. That is super cool. That is a cool effect. D Nice goes, ooh, that's beautiful. Looks like a toilet flushing in the sky. Emily, thank you for gifting 5 more memberships. Hearts to Emily and the new Wolfpack members. Unfortunately, this way I can't see who was gifted, but welcome. Hearts for Emily. Jennifer Barrigo's lies. That's obviously a portal gate opening from another galaxy far, far away. All right, guys, I'm going to open it up for questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, D Nice, it kind of does. D Nice goes, remember that rainbow art from the 90s? It reminds me of that. Like the swirl. Yeah, it kind of does. Where you would put like where it was like a spinning thing and it would swirl. Diddy goes, Bambi the first strike. Diddy Rose goes, Skeleduck unfortunately is like off screen. I don't have like a big, yeah, that's a problem. Like with the cell phone view, I don't really have much of a view, so I can't really hide him anywhere. He's back here somewhere. I don't even know where he is, to be honest with you. Oh, he's right there. I don't know if you could see him. Hold on. There he is. He's right above my head. I think that's him. Yeah, that's him. Right above my head. There he is. Jeffrey goes, I saw Skeledicky earlier. Dusty goes, kind of a whirlpool black hole. D Nice goes, have you dusted off your mixer yet? I have. I know right now it's covered. That's where it is. It's where the pumpkin is. No, I have been practicing, but the problem is I don't have a computer now. So I can't stream. Unfortunately, I mean I could stream from my phone, but the sound's gonna be crappy. But yeah, it's right there. My decks are right there, right behind me. There's one of my speakers. My other one is right over here, and then you can see my mess too. But yes, I have been practicing, but the problem is I don't have a laptop, so now I can't stream. And I do have a mixed board that I could, connect for the sound and everything to the computer, but my laptop decided to die on me. So Emily Parkinson goes, I love Lisa and want to help when I can. Those that got the membership, just pay it forward however you can. Diddy Rose, I get you. Reading on a phone is hard to do when you're getting old. Well, it's like me. Like I don't need to read. I don't need glasses for reading, right? But with my older age, come to find out that I can't read with my glasses on. I can read with them off, but I can't read with them on. So you'll always see me like doing this when I'm looking up close. But if it's far away, I can see it, which is weird. It's a weird thing. D Nice is going, how much are you away from getting a new computer? I am quite a ways away from getting a new computer. I know Lewis said he was gonna pitch in the rest. Julissa goes, lucky you, I can't read now without readers. I mean, I'm glad. Well, I mean, I guess I could put readers on these, but I don't need them. I could still read without them. So it's like I had them on my other pair of glasses, but I never used it. I had the reading line. But when they put the reading line on those glasses, it was so low that I had to do this to use them, and I never used them. Cheryl, thank you for that super chat. Hearts for Cheryl. Thank you, Emily Parkinson, for that PayPal as well. Thank you, Emily. You didn't have to. I appreciate that. Hearts for Emily again. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. You're awesome. Cheryl as well. Hearts for Cheryl and Emily. I almost like ended the stream. D-Dice goes, my thick bottle cap glasses are for far distance too. Like, I mean, I can't see far away. So if I always explain it, like if I don't have my glasses on, it's like being in a horror movie because everyone's faceless because I can't see anybody's faces without my glasses. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but reading wise, I could read without them. It's just I can't read with them on. And that started, I think, a year ago? Like all of a sudden I just couldn't read. So if I'm eating, I can't see my plate with my glasses on. Oh well. I can manage. Emily Parkinson goes, I'm the opposite. I mean, I've always been, since I was young, I've had glasses all my life practically. I think since I was in 6th grade. I've always been, I've never been able to see far away. Daisy, what's up? How's it going? We're kind of at the end where I opened it up for questions. But you can catch us on the replay. Heather Whatever! Oh, I gave you a shout out earlier, Heather Whatever. Thank you for your PayPal yesterday. Heather Whatever goes, I like wearing my reading glasses to look in the mirror better than Botox. And happy belated birthday, both Daisy and D Nice. I hope you both had amazing birthdays as well. Leonor, what is up? And then also too, I was thinking when I was talking earlier about mixing, like because of where I haven't figured out a good camera angle too. So that was kind of, but then like I said, the computer conked out. But I will be mixing soon. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to see me mix, so it's coming soon. Because it's been ages. I think it was October the last time I mixed on Twitch. It was before I got my job, basically. Heather, whatever goes, mixing will be good for you. Yes, it will. Music always cures the soul. It always does. Every time I listen to music, I always feel calm and everything. So, like, even when I mix too, might not be the greatest mixer because I'm not still, I haven't been doing it as long as Lewis has. So I have to give myself some grace, or some of the DJs out there. Cheryl, I'm not sure when the last time you were on, but I got out of my retail hell job and got into another job. That I do like better. There's some things I don't like about it, but but I'm a bit happier with the new job than my old job. Emily goes, what was your thoughts on Nosferatu again? I fell asleep watching it. Is it worth rewatching? Nosferatu. It was like, if you guys have ever seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's funny because it's funny that you asked Emily Parkinson's, because Zach Bagans, he posted that he finally saw Nosferatu, and he was like, Bram Stoker's Dracula all the way. So I'm the same way. If you've seen Bram Stoker's Dracula or know of the story, Nosferatu kind of mirrors it. They just changed the names of the people. So when I was watching it, I was like, oh, that guy's like Renfield. So like I said, if you're familiar with Bram Stoker's Dracula, you know Renfield is like kind of like the crazy dude. Nosferatu has the crazy dude, right? Master, I'll do your thigh bitting. So I kind of knew what was going on. Don't get me wrong, like the actors did an amazing job. There wasn't a bad actor. I mean, the cinematography was amazing. I just felt like it was something I've seen already. Like it kind of fell short for me. Bill Skarsgård, I loved him as Pennywise in it. Loved him. Liked him in Barbarian too, even though he had a very short role in it. But I like Bill Skarsgård. So I was like, oh, Bill Skarsgård's going to play Orlok? Oh, hell yes. So we all know what Orlok looks like, right? Orlok, we all know. If we're familiar with, the classic Orlok. In Nosferatu, I'm assuming they're trying to make him look like Vlad the Impaler, but he had like a 70s stash. So that's where I'm guessing they made him more look like Vlad the Impaler, right? Which, no problem. I mean, like I said, the storyline is almost exactly the same as Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's just the names changed. There's no Jonathan Harker in it. I forgot what the name in Nosferatu is. But it's almost very similar. Bill Skarsgård, when he was talking, it was cool at first because he had that trans, Dracula's accent. I was like, oh, this is cool. But then he started talking, and it was like, you kind of just wanted the movie to end. And he started talking, and he was like, 3 more days. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. And you're like every time he would talk, it's like, oh my God, I just want this movie to end. But it was like, he would be like, yeah. 5 hours later, I'm coming. 5 hours later, back. Like, just the way he was talking, it just seemed like it was crazy. So, I mean, it's worth a watch, but I didn't think it was the greatest thing. Like I said, I like Bram Stoker's Dracula better. It's almost similar plot line. The ending kind of sucked, to be honest with you. I felt like Bram Stoker's Dracula was more of a love story. Nosferatu, you kind of understood that there was some type of connection between the two, but I felt like it was like a forced connection. Like it was more of a connection because they had to have the connection, not because it was like a long lost, like in Bram Stoker's Dracula, Mina happened to be the long lost love of Dracula, like from years ago. So it was kind of like they were connected. And yes, I know Bram Stoker's Dracula had some bad acne in it. Bad acting. I'm saying acne. Acting in it. But there were some amazing actors in there as well. I became a fan of Gary Oldman just because of that. I was like, he's amazing. He also plays my favorite character, Sirius Black in Harry Potter. I've always liked Gary Oldman. That just put him on the map. Anthony Hopkins is in it as Van Helsing. He's an amazing actor. He also plays the priest at the beginning. I just realized that after watching it a gazillion times. But I feel like, yeah. And I felt like there was, I know Bram Stoker's Dracula is a bit sexual, but like vampires are, if you think of it, there's a magnetism when it comes to them. But there was also like, Bram Stoker's Dracula is literally just a love story too, as well. But I mean, you could watch it, but I mean, I just felt like it would never end for me. Not to say that you wouldn't like it. Like I said, the cinematography is amazing, but I just felt like there was no substance in between. Heather, whatever. Thank you for that super chat. Yay, Lisa and everyone. Hearts for Heather, whatever. And then it does have camera angles where it's like up, like right in their face. And I was like, what the hell? Was the camera like this? Like William Dafoe is in it. Amazing actors. It's just, I just felt like there was just no substance. And there was things in there like you were like, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? You know what I mean? Like it didn't make any sense. Like it was there for shock value. But I would just stick to Bram Stoker's Dracula. I can't check Telegram while I'm on here. It's probably going to kick me off because I don't have Telegram on my tablet. Orlok had a mustache like the original. I don't remember him having a mustache. But then again, nothing can replace the original. Even Nosferatu being a silent film, you can't replace it. You can't. And then I know there's like a gazillion spin-offs. I see it. I go, the daughter of Nosferatu. Even got those like cheesy B movies. If you ever go on like Tubi or Screenbox, because Screenbox does have like a free version, you'll see all these offshoots like Nosferatu 1978, and you're like, there's that many? Daughter of Nosferatu. Like, it just keeps going on. It's hilarious. Those are kind of the best type of movies where you're just basing it on, because they're silent, you're basing it on, you know, like camera, like the cinematography. And even back then, like the camera wasn't like, they didn't have the technology like they have now. But you're basing it on that, like the camera angles, and then like the people's reactions. And that's what I think makes things creepy, not loud noises or bangs before something happens, like you tend to see in the Conjuring universe films or the Insidious films. Like, that just takes away from. I don't mind jump scares or like a good scare, like if it's done beautifully, not to make it obvious. Or like a creepy camera angle, like someone's standing here and you see something crawling on the wall behind you, but yet the person, you see it, but the actual person in the movie doesn't see it. That's the crazy part. Or maybe you didn't even catch it. You weren't like expecting it. That's kind of why I like Art the Clown. He really doesn't say anything at all. It's just like his movements. That's what makes him creepy. Denny goes, a lot of the super scary movies remove the music and it's not as scary. I tested it and watched The Gates of Hell without the sound, and the music does a lot to your emotions. Watch scary movies. Yeah, it does. It does. I'm talking about like loud noises, like with you know how like Insidious. No, music does. If like a score. No, I'm talking about like, and then something pops up. That's what I'm talking about. Like something like that. But if it's like a like music to set the ambience or like the background, like get you drawn into the scene, yeah, that could be scary. But not like a loud noise and then something pops up. Like, come on. Danny goes, yeah, the noise not as much. Emily's asking, what was the Dracula movie that portrayed the beginning of what, Emily? Because you didn't finish your sentence. And I feel like a lot of the newer movies do that with the loud noises. They don't do like a beautiful, like subtle jump scare. And I feel like that is more scarier than like a loud noise. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some people that like that. I don't personally. Emily goes, they deleted it. All right, guys. Any last minute questions before I end this stream? Diddy goes, last call. Exactly, last call. I know this version, you kind of get to see my mug more. Matthew goes, thank you and see you after my birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday, Matthew! Or early birthday. Hope you have a good one. I'm not sure, Emily. When they go into battle, the guy goes into the cave and gets hit by the vampire. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Dusty. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I will see you on the next one, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend, and see you on the next one. Sweet dreams or sweet nightmares, and stay spooky, guys. Good night, guys, and thank you. I'm getting all tongue twisted. Good night.